Alright, let me knock this out real quick. This for the AMD fans. This article got 0 comments on it, but I'm gonna see if I can take a whack at it. Listen to, oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your 5 senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. Getting kind of cold in here. I gotta put my little sweater on here. Yeah, man. Gotta get cold. It's kind of chilly, you know. Gotta put on your little coat here. Anyway, see what I got here. Listen to this. The world's first AMD GPU driven via USB 3. Tiny Corp tests eGPU on Apple Silicon, Linux, and Windows also supported. This for you AMD nerds. Something for you to listen to. Listen to this. This engineering marvel necessitate custom user space GPU drivers and probably a patch adapter firmware as well. Says here, external GPUs, eGPU supports on Apple Silicon and Macs and MacBooks has been a persistent pain point for AI/ML developers. Though what some may consider to be black magic, Tiny Corp has managed to get an AMD eGPU working in tiny grads over USB 3, a standard that inherently lacks PCIe capabilities. As they are using libUSB, this functionality extends to Windows, Linux, and even Macs, including devices with Apple Silicon. Says here, traditionally eGPUs are connected through PCIe slots or the Thunderbolt/USB 4 interface, which other PCI Express tunneling support. As such, external GPU solutions rely on aforementioned interface, which limits their support for older system and laptops. Unlike Intel-based Mac/MacBooks, Apple Silicon-based devices do not support external GPUs, mainly due to the lack of driver support and architectural differences. So, despite their inefficiencies compared to a traditional x86-based system, users have reported challenges in AI workloads, especially when it comes to prompt processing. Says here, requirements for running an eGPU through a USB 3 interface at this time includes the use of an ASM2 464PD base adapter and an AMD GPU. For a test, Tiny Corp's use of the ADT-UT3G adapter, which uses the same ASM2 464PD chip, but out of the box it only works with Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4, or a USB 4 interface. The team likely employ a custom firmware to enable USB 3 mode that works without direct PCIe communication. Technical details are murky. However, the controllers appears to be translating PCIe commands to USB packets and vice versa. Then it says here, the solution is quite hacky, as it bypasses kernel level GPU drivers, requires specific hardware, and uses USB 3, which was not originally intended for GPU's communication. It's essentially offload the computation parts, referring to kernel execution, from your system to the eGPU. This constraint here is that data transfer speed are capped at 10 gigabytes per second due to USB 3 standard use. So loading models into the GPU will take much longer than if you were to use a standard PCIe connection. Says here, so it uses custom user space driver to avoid tinkering with the kernel. The feature is limited to AMD RDNA 3-4 eGPU, although there is a hint of a potential RDNA 2 support in the future. USB 3 eGPU functionality has been upstreamed to TinyGrad Master brand. So if you have an AMD GPU and a supported adapter, feel free to try it out. we can expect Tiny Corp to provide a more detailed and technical breakdown once its developer done tidying up the code. And that is that. So no comment from the debaters. Zero, not one. So this look like it's for the, this piece of news is like it's for the modding community. You know, and for the AMD fans who want to give this a go. You know, who are into this type of technical, you know, like using USB 3, you know, using USB 3 on eGPUs. So this little news for the modding community. You know, they can take a whack at this, and see what they can come up with. Of course, they gotta wait on who is this, Tiny Corp, to you know, to like do some cleanup and technical breakdowns, and you know, but according to this, you know, this is capped at 10 gigabytes per second. You know, so yeah, and it bypasses GPU driver kernel levels. So basically, it's like a workaround. So yeah, this piece of news is for you modders though, you modders and you tech builders. This piece of news is for you, so, and you AMD lovers. But yeah, not nice accomplishment though. Good accomplishment. Now they got to provide more detail on this, you know. So when Tech for Gamers bring the news up, I'll keep you informed. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video too. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, such a thing. Pork, go. Peace.